Who is your favorite fearless hero? Nope. Wrong again. No, the answer is Puss in Boots.
Fear me if you dare.
Yes, that Puss in Boots that has accompanied Shrek in some of his adventures, the fancy feline that has his own fable that for the life of me I can't recall, and the very same cat who has 2 standalone films, the first I don't even think I watched, and the second, Puss in Boots The Last Wish. Honestly, this was surprisingly deeper than I expected, talking about a very important lesson in life. We're gonna head into some spoiler territory here, so if you don't want this movie spoiled for you, then click off and come back once you have. The door is always open for you. Puss in Boots' New Adventure is not only a beautiful blend of 2D and 3D animation, but it also tells an important lesson about life. The message of what makes life worth living. Both Puss, Kitty, and Goldie have distinct tales that lead us back to this main theme. All of it stems from them searching for the magic wishing star that will grant a wish to the first person who seeks it. In order to find the star, the characters must take an epic adventure through the dark forest, where Puss, Kitty, and Goldie may not find what they want, but they find what they need. Cleverly done by the obstacles that they pass. First traipsing through a pocket full of posies, the nostalgia cabin, and lastly a cave of lost souls, helping them understand the importance of the things right in front of them. This is best shown through Goldie and Kitty's eyes. Goldilocks is an orphan girl who stumbles into a house of 3 bears. The thing she wants more than anything in the world is to find a real family, thinking under the assumption that her family has to be human, where all throughout the film the bears have already accepted her as one of their own. With the nostalgia cabin obstacle and a little help from Piero, Goldie understands how lucky she is to have the bear family that loves her. Honestly, Goldie and the bears were a fun addition to this film. If DreamWorks made a spin-off for these guys, I wouldn't be opposed to it. In Kitty's case, things are a little different. She's lost trust in the world around her, holding her cards close to her chest, never wanting to feel vulnerable again, not wanting to open up her heart to the same cat that crushed it years before, that being Puss in Boots himself. Through some advice from Piero, the kindest character that I've ever seen, seriously, this dog deserves the world. He is just so nice. He helps Kitty to take time and learn to smell the roses, or in this film's case, the posies, learning that it's okay to let your guard down and trust others. For both Goldie and Kitty, the real treasure was the friends they made along the way. Yep, I knew that was cheesy. I'll see myself out now. As for the fearless feline himself, Puss's story isn't as cut and dry as the other two. He starts his journey as a character similar to Cusco.
Ow! You threw off my groove.
Very carefree and a bit of a jerk, thinking that the legend will never die because he's a cat who has 9 lives. After getting taken out by a bell, which is very similar to another jerk I know, Puss is down to his last life, unsure of what to do. Should he continue living his carefree life, or retire and let the legend fade away? That is until death himself comes nipping at Puss's heels. I'm gonna make a bold claim here that this is one of DreamWorks' finest antagonists. He may not be at the fairy godmother's level of fantastic, but he's up there for sure. What's not to like? He looks cool, and he's always lurking in the back of your mind. Even if he's off screen, you still feel a sense of anxiety because you never know when he's gonna strike. After the first encounter with the Grim Reaper himself, Puss feels like the only thing he can do is hide away out of fear, to live out his life in a crazy cat lady's house, which seems fine. I guess my biggest question that I have for this lady is how on earth can she afford all these cats? This woman must be extremely wealthy, or she just really loves rescuing cats. Who doesn't love cats? They're adorable. At this point, Puss has given up, afraid to adventure out because he thinks that the Reaper will take him. Sitting and wasting away, nothing matters. For a very colorful animated movie, this is pretty bleak at times. That all changes when he hears about the magic wishing star. All this mopey behavior shifts to desperate determination to find the star so he can have more lives, so he can stay being a famous feline. A new life's purpose, Puss and the the rest of Team Friendship adventures to find the star, with Goldie, the bears, and Big Jack Horner following quickly behind. Just like I previously stated, the journey to the star helps Kitty and Goldie understand the importance of what's right in front of them, where Puss in Boots learns a very different lesson: to live without fear. I may not be able to speak for the first Puss in Boots movie, but in Shrek 2, Puss has a level of fear, pleading with Donkey and Shrek to spare his life. That same fear is presented again in this film. The wolf comes in every time Team Friendship is in danger, running away from danger anytime there is a confrontation that could risk his life. The fear of losing this last life haunts him. This is really random, but this kind of makes me question, how many lives does Kitty Softpaws have? Give me your guesses in the comments down below. Fear is the thing that holds Puss back. This fear will keep consuming him until the Grim Reaper takes hold of him. The only thing that he can do is release it, or at the very least, acknowledge his worries, aware that one day the Grim Reaper will come and take him, but he can either run away like a coward for the rest of his life, or fight for the life he has and the people he cares for, learning the importance of friends like Piero and rekindling the love he had for Kitty, and in the end, revisiting his old friend Shrek in Far, Far Away. He learns to seize the day and live in the moment instead of living up to the legend that he wanted to be before. Although Jack Horner is more of a jokey antagonist that reminds me more of Lord Farquaad, who's evil for the heck of it and is just kind of there for a laugh, I do think he serves a greater purpose. Through the characters that we've chatted about so far, Goldie, Kitty, and Puss change the closer they get to the star. Jack is not like that, learning nothing throughout his quest for the star, losing all of his manpower for the sake of... Even when he has a Jiminy Cricket type character guiding him, he still refuses to change, showcasing the same level of indifference he had in the beginning. This is a great addition to this packed movie. It's a reminder that not everyone can change. Sometimes our desires are too alluring that we can't look past them, and that kind of attitude kind of helps reinforce how much Puss in Boots changes all throughout the film. This film is a trip that I can see becoming as beloved as Shrek and its sequel in the foreseeable future. It's got that same type of humor that makes the original franchise successful, balancing its humor with a level of reality that makes it a refreshing look at the redeemable jerk story like Cusco or Lightning McQueen. Unlike those two, the tale takes a darker tone, telling the hard truth that one day our time on Earth will be done. We can either let life pass us by, or we can seize the day and fight for the one life we have, embracing the wonderful people in our lives, and most importantly, living without fear. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is a pleasant surprise, and I would love to hear your thoughts about it in the comments down below. If you like overthinking other films, check out this playlist right here. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.